Here are 20 tips for college football 25 that are guaranteed to help you dominate your opponents and win more games. At number 1, the halfback slip screen is secretly one of the most glitchy plays in the entire game. These can be found in any playbook by going to play type, pass, and then screen pass. After the snap, you can instantly roll out away from the side of the screen, and if there's open space, then you can just take off with your quarterback for easy yards on the ground. Or if defenders are closing in, you can throw it back across the field to your running back with perfect accuracy and then just follow the massive wall of blockers in front of you. At number 2, you should be doing this on every throw you ever make. You can lead your passes by holding the left stick in the direction you want to lead the ball while your quarterback is going through his throwing motion. This is extremely important, especially on tight window throws for placing the ball in a spot where only your receiver can catch it. A bad pass lead can result in a defender undercutting your pass for an interception, while a good pass lead can result in hitting your receiver in stride and taking it all the way to the house for a touchdown. At number 3, a new feature this year is that you can disguise your defense by using custom coverage shells. To use a custom coverage shell, once you're in the play call screen for a particular formation, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the right stick icon and the words shell default. Moving the right stick left or right will allow you to select any coverage shell you want your defense to line up in. So for example, if I set my coverage shell to cover 2 and then call the play cover 3 sky, my defense will come out with 2 high safeties even though I'm actually running cover 3. At number 4, here's how you can instantly flip your run plays before the snap. If you're in a single back or pistol formation, then you can flip your run by just pointing your right stick in the direction you want to run. So if you call halfback stretch going to the right but decide that you'd rather run to the left, just flick your right stick to the left and now you flipped your run without flipping the entire formation. This is especially useful for speed options and power options out of pistol formations. And in shotgun, you can even use this trick for designed QB runs as well as halfback direct snaps. At number 5, this is how you can elevate your passes over any defenders playing underneath. You can throw a high pass by holding LB or L1 as your quarterback is throwing the ball. This is perfect for letting tall receivers and tight ends high point the ball over shorter defenders and can be especially useful for getting passes over the linebackers when throwing to your receivers over the middle. At number 6, stepping up in the pocket is one of the biggest differences between a beginner passer and a skilled passer. Most players have a natural tendency to continue dropping back with their quarterback after the snap, which allows edge rushers to come in free or shed their blocks much easier to bring you down for a sack. Stepping up in the pocket will buy you more time to throw and also give you the option to take off with your quarterback up the middle. At number 7, this is how you can shut someone down who's constantly scrambling with their quarterback. At any time during a play, you can click your right stick straight into the controller and that will tell the closest defender to the ball to abandon their assignment and go after the ball carrier. And this works especially well if you have a defender in a QB spy because it allows you to send him the very moment the quarterback steps up in the pocket. At number 8, here's how you can build overpowered route combos on every play. Hot routes allow you to change the route of any player, and you can use them by pressing Y or triangle, then selecting the player whose route you want to change, and then selecting a new route for him. Remember that your hot route options are different based on where your player is lined up. So for example, you can put a slot receiver on a zig, a wheel, or a short cross, while you can put an outside receiver on a triple option, a deep dig, or a bang 8. Get comfortable using hot routes, and you'll be able to create deadly route combos to get someone open on every single play. At number 9, these are the best routes for absolutely destroying man coverage. Drags are extremely powerful because of how quickly they can get open, and your receiver can usually get several yards of separation, especially if their man defender gets caught up in traffic over the middle. Zig routes are also extremely effective, and as long as you pass lead the ball straight outside after your receiver makes his break, then you can rack up a ton of yards after the catch. Finally, running back wheel routes are excellent for taking advantage of a speed mismatch against a linebacker, and you can lob it to your running back over the top for a huge one-play touchdown. At number 10, this is the easiest concept in college football 25 for beating zone coverage. This is a flood concept, and it typically involves a streak, a corner route, and a flat route, all flooding the same sideline. Defenders in outside thirds and quarters will be pulled deep by the streak, meaning a single defender will be left to guard both the flat route and the corner route, and you just have to throw to whichever one is open. And to take this route combo to the next level, you can also include a backside dig, which you can throw to as the final read over the middle. At number 11, if you're you're struggling to stop the run, then try this easy gap shoot. Go to the formation 4-2-5 over G and call the play cover 3 sky, and make sure to sub in the fastest players possible at your 2 linebacker positions. Before the snap, pinch your defensive line by pressing left on the D-pad and down on the left stick, and slant them outside by pressing left on the D-pad and up on the right stick. Then hover with the linebacker on the side of the running back about 4 to 5 yards off the line of scrimmage and just outside the defensive tackle. Once the ball is snapped, you can sprint right through the middle of the line to bring the ball carrier down in the backfield. At number 12, this is the fastest way to hurry your players to the line and quickly snap the ball. This is the new turbo feature, and it's an even faster version of the no huddle, which you can activate by holding X on Xbox or square on PlayStation after a play is over. The main advantages of turbo are that if you snap the ball quickly, it'll keep the D line on their heels, and positive plays will result in increased composure for your players. However, turbo will also cause your players to fatigue even faster than no huddling, and negative plays will cause your players to lose composure faster, so make sure you understand both the rewards and the risks of using it. At number 13, speed options are some of the most powerful plays in college football 25. These can be found in any playbook by going to concept, then option, and then speed option or load option. Before the snap, make sure you identify the pitch key defender who will have a P icon above his head. After the snap, if the pitch key slides outside or gets caught up in traffic, then keep the ball with your quarterback and sprint straight ahead. But if the pitch key crashes in, then press LB on Xbox or L1 on PlayStation to pitch the ball out to your running back and take it for some humongous gains on the outside. At number 14, make sure you always know the maximum field goal range for your kicker. With no wind, a kicker with 97 kick power can just barely make a 65-yard field goal. Meanwhile, a kicker with 90 kick power can just barely make a 60-yard field goal. A kicker with 80 kick power can just barely make a 55-yard field goal. And a kicker with 64 kick power, which is the lowest kick power rating in the game, can just barely make a 50-yard field goal. At number 15, use match coverage to confuse your opponents with a hybrid of man coverage and zone coverage. Match coverage has lots of versions and lots of rules, but cover 6 and cover 4 quarters are the ones I recommend focusing on. As a general rule, use cover 6 against trip sets and use cover 4 quarters against doubles and spread sets. Now, in the most simple terms, match coverage means that defenders in deep quarter zones will match onto the receiver lined up across from them if the receiver runs a route that breaks more than 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. In this example, the defense is in cover 4 quarters and the safety is playing in an inside quarter zone. And since the slot receiver runs a crosser, which is a route that breaks beyond 10 yards, the safety matches onto him and runs with him for the entire route. In another example, the slot receiver lined up across from the safety runs a deep corner route, so the safety matches onto him and jumps the route to come down with the interception. At number 16, here's how you can customize exactly where you want your receiver to break on his route. A new feature added this year is custom route stems, meaning you can modify a route so that your receiver will make his break as short or as deep as you want. Now, you can't modify the stem of every route, but in routes, out routes, curls, posts, and corners can all be modified to break anywhere on the field. To change a player's route stem, press Y or triangle to pull up the Hot Routes menu, then select the player whose route you want to modify, and then hold LB or L1. Then you can move your left stick up or down to modify the route stem to whatever length you want. A powerful custom route stem is to put your tight end on a post by pressing left on the right stick from the Hot Routes menu, and then use custom route stems to bring it all the way down so that he'll make his break immediately off the line. This effectively builds a tight end slant, which gets in an awesome spot on the field and is extremely difficult for the defense to guard. At number 17, these are the best stick moves in college football 25. First is the turbo juke, where while holding the sprint button, flick your right stick to the left or right. This will cause your player to do a big, fast juke that'll make you almost impossible to tackle in the open field. Next is the turbo spin, where while holding the sprint button, press B on Xbox or circle on PlayStation while pointing your left stick in the direction you want to spin. This will cause your player to do a wide spin move that'll have you easily leaving defenders in the dust. Now, the most underrated stick move in the game is to quickly move your left stick to slightly change direction while sprinting. This is the best way to quickly cut behind defenders while maintaining your ball carrier's speed. Don't forget that you can hold X on Xbox or square on PlayStation to dive for the end zone, and within 2 yards of the goal line, you can get a special animation where you jump up and over the lineman. And if you feel like showing off, remember remember, you can press Y or triangle to hurdle the defender for the highlight reel play. At number 18, the QB Blast is one of the easiest ways to pick up guaranteed yards. To see if your playbook has a QB Blast, just go to play type, run, and then QB run. On any QB Blast, after the snap, you just have to run straight forward to pick up easy yards with your quarterback. And to reduce your fumble chances, make sure you go to your coaching adjustments and put your ball carrier setting on conservative. And even if your playbook doesn't have a QB Blast, the play motion halfback swing in the gun Y-off trips weak formation is in 68 different playbooks and will allow you to do basically the same thing. After your running back goes in motion, you can just sprint straight up the middle with your quarterback for guaranteed yards every time. At number 19, this insane new feature is the easiest way to bait your opponents into throwing interceptions. The switch stick allows you to take control of any defender mid-play by simply flicking your right stick towards the player you want to take control of. Now, for the switch stick to work, both the player you're controlling and the player you're switching to must be in coverage assignments, and you can only do it while the ball is still in the quarterback's hands. As long as those conditions are met, you can instantly switch on to any coverage player you want and come down with some highlight reel interceptions. At number 20, here's how you can score touchdowns at the end of a game when your opponent is sitting in prevent defense. The best play for this is corner up out of the gun empty base flex formation, which is in all of these playbooks. Make sure you're on a hash with your corner up route on the short side of the field. Against the play prevent, the outside post will pull the deep blue zone defenders inside, and as long as you pass lead the ball up, you can hit the corner up route over the top for the clutch one play touchdown. And if your opponent is running man 3 deep, we can build our own route combo by putting the left receivers all on streaks and putting our slot receiver on an in route, and then custom route stemming it to break between the 5 and 10 yard line. This will take a little while to develop, so stay in the pocket as long as you can and then sprint outside to buy even more time. Once your receiver breaks inside, throw a bullet pass with a pass lead outside, and that'll give you the best chance possible to score an epic late game touchdown. And if you guys want even more tips and money plays to help you dominate in college football 25, then go ahead and click on this video right here.